second installment of PIP Chasers with myself, Nathan, and Travis Duncan over there. So I hope everyone had a great week of trading, or if you're not trading yet, I do hope you still had a great week. Thanks for tuning in to our second episode, and this is the second episode, one of many. And if you haven't already, you might want to go back and check out the original first episode that we aired last week. So for our second installment, the first thing we want to go into is our competition. It's competition time. Travis, you want to go through the competition?
Competition, you know the competition side. So literally, we mentioned it briefly last week. We're going to start with the competition, guys, because as Nathan said, do you understand what's up for grabs? Like literally, 3-day course for free with myself and Nathan on how to trade the Forex market. Leave it as that, guys. The way you get involved, as we said, literally YouTube, Instagram, follow, subscribe. If you find one of these, competition details are on the back of one of these fake notes. Literally, also take a snap on your Instagram, put it on your story, tag us in it, let us know that you're interactive, and finally, find that post on our Instagram, tag 3 friends, you're in the game. Simple as that, guys. So once again, just want to start with that. Nathan, we thought about a date on when the competition closes.
Yep, we did, and we decided on, just looking at our calendar here, we decided on 4 weeks from now. The exact date of that is going to be the 20th of October.
That's it.
So guys, you've got about 4 weeks to get your snaps in, and you've got about 4 weeks to get subscribing and get yourself in a chance for the running of our free 3-day Forex trading course. It's going to teach you the skills that you can take for the rest of your life and extract profits from the markets and grow your capital. You know what I'm saying? And if you are consistent, this capital will be something that you end up living on in the future, or something that you end up, relying on as part of your retirement plan, or just, for fun. So guys, get involved. I'm sure a lot of you are interested in Forex. Now's your chance to get a free 3-day course.
As I say.
Well, you know what? I think it'd be a good idea to actually tell you guys about the course. Just a little overview of the course. So it's a 3-day course, and it's split up into 3 sections. Okay. So the first day, what we do with you guys, we go through an introduction to the Forex markets. So what you'll do, you'll come in, you'll meet either myself or Travis. We'll make sure you've got a drink, make sure you're ready for learning. And we'll go over the history of Forex, its humble beginnings to the massive $1 trillion business it is right now. And then we go through some of the basics and overview, things such as terminology, things such as psychology of the markets, psychology of yourself, how to keep your emotions in check. And that's kind of an overview of day 1. Day 2 and 3, we go more into technical analysis. So yeah, Travis, day 2 and day 3, technical analysis.
So literally, guys, there's no point turning up to the course if you haven't got a laptop, because it's all chart analysis. If you don't know what technical analysis is, it's chart work, it's laptop work. So we go over numerous, it's quite a lot to take in, so it's be over two full days for you guys. Literally, we go through certain things. You got the obvious of candlesticks. We use certain areas like key level placements. You've also got stuff like technical charting patterns. You've got stuff like Fibonacci. You've got indicators like moving averages. There's quite a lot of things that we break down. Knowing about price action and top-down analysis, currency indexes. So as you can imagine, there's a lot to take in. So it's split over 3 days. So as we said, we've got the foundations of Forex, understanding, as Nathan said, it's day 1. Day 1, you've got technical analysis over day 2 and day 3. So literally, guys, this free 3-day course, literally, the way you'll know who actually won or got a seat on the 3-day course will all be revealed in episode 7. So guys, big episode 7. This is where you find out the results of the competition. Literally, me and Nathan find an interesting way on how to reveal that to you guys, but we thought we'd let you know to start off this episode.
Yeah, so guys, at the end of the day, the whole point of the course is to allow you to see the charts and allow you to be able to pick out your trading opportunities. Okay, you'll be able to look at the charts for yourself, learn all the strategies that Travis just went through, trend lines, using MAs, using Fibonacci. You'll have all these tools, so you'll be able to go away and work on your strategy and extracting profits from the market, which is as simple as finding your opportunities and striking while the iron's hot, and using things such as risk management, which we're going to be talking in a lot more detail about risk management today. That's going to be today's kind of main theme, and talking about risk management and talking about how it actually directly impacts your trading experience and impacts your trading journey. If you want to be a successful, profitable trader, I think risk management is going to be your top three priorities. I'm sure Travis would agree. I'm sure any trader that's serious about trading would agree with that. Risk management is absolutely paramount, and it may not be the most interesting part of trading, but it's going to be one of the most impactful in a trader's life. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of you agree. Life's a risk. Every time you step out the door, it's a risk. It's about managing that risk and allowing you to take yourself to where you want to go in any area of your life.
Wow.
So, yeah.
With that, in hindsight, leads me straight into this week. Technical analysis, trading for myself and Nathan this week. That was one question I wanted to ask you, Nathan. So obviously we talked about risks today. And what's your trading week been like? Have you had to kind of make sure your risk element, your risk management was pinnacle today? This week I should say, because for myself personally, it was a slow week in the market, but I could have easily been manipulated into losing a lot of capital this week because of me looking for that opportunity. So how's it been for yourself this week? Have you found it difficult to execute today?
I agree with you. The market has been quiet for me as well, so I haven't really found as many quality opportunities as I would like to, or as I have, especially last week. I think because we had such a volatile week last week, me and Travis both had multiple opportunities to place some great trades. This week's been a little bit different, and there's been a less volatility in the market. So yes, I really had to be disciplined in not jumping in the market at like a half opportunity. There was plenty of opportunities to make money in the market this week, but it all has to do with your risk management, doesn't it?
That's true. Like I do. It does sound ridiculous, but I do like these sort of weeks where it kind of tests, obviously, your emotions in trading. As we said, trading is 80% emotion, and it could be a case where, well, for myself this week, guys, I've probably made about 30% of the amount of trades less than what I did last week. So, if not a bit more, probably 50% less trades than what I did last week. So, in your head, you're thinking, gosh, I'm not making the same amount of money, I'm not collecting the same amount of pips. So, for me, it's a case of I wasn't entering as much as I was last week. So, I kind of tested myself in regards to how much should I have been pressing that button a lot more this week? Have I missed out on opportunities? But at the same time, perhaps I haven't. It's all about choosing the right time, and perhaps the right time throughout the week to actually execute. So, talking straight into a chart, obviously, me and Nathan both will talk about perhaps one chart that we're talking about today. Nathan, we're going to start off with what pairs have you been having to look into? What was your risk management like with the charts? And then we'll take it from there.
Well, my main pair I was looking at was GU, and last week GU was really bearish. What I mean by bearish is, I mean that the price of the pound against the dollar was decreasing, was on the descent. Okay, this week's been a lot different, and I've had to change my bias from being bearish to being bullish. Reasons being, we've had price shoot up and break through areas of resistance that was keeping price down last week. So the main area of resistance was around the 1.3 level. I did mention last week that price was ranging between 1.3 and 1.28, which it has been doing for the last few weeks. This week saw that area broke to the upside, and since then we have been bullish on GU. For me personally, I did start the week still with my bearish bias, so I did lose a few trades at the start of the week. Pips wise, I did manage to recover those pips, and I think my best trades, Travis, was on Thursday evening, or Thursday afternoon, sorry guys, and I managed to catch pips both on GU and also on EU as well. So, like Travis was saying, this week was a different week for me as well. I did manage to press the button, but I just wasn't as successful in terms of winning trades this week. My main trade though, my best trade of the week was for about 60 pips, and that was on GU, okay? And that happened, like I said, on Thursday afternoon. We had a break out of the range, and GU was ranging between 1.303 and 1.298, and it was ranging in that area from Monday afternoon. After 3 or 4 days of ranging, it finally broke out the area, and I managed to enter the market on a retest of the range. That was my highlight trade of the week for GU. And to be fair, in terms of analysis from this, my GU analysis has been pretty good. Actually, I had a thin ascending wedge, and it's been respecting both that slanted area resistance and support. It's been respecting that the whole week. It was only today, guys, it's finally broke, and I think the bullish momentum is over for GU because I've got a break underneath my ascending trend line, and it's retested, and I'm actually live on this trade now. I entered earlier this afternoon, and I'm about 15 pips in profit, so we'll see what happens over the weekend. But as I said, GU has been very bullish this week, and that's been my main pair for the week.
I was going to say, I'm going to ask you a question. So you mentioned at the start of the week you lost a couple of trades, and I'm not too sure how many trades you may have won throughout the week. But obviously, compared to last week, you may have lost a few more than you did last week, if any, last week. So obviously, how did you manage to still perhaps be up for the week? How would that have been possible for you to manage your losses and kind of have losses, but at the same time, let's just say you had 50-50 success rate, is it still possible to gain a win at the end of the day, at the end of the week?
Well, that's a great point. That's a great question to have, because when we do mention trading to some individuals, we get the questions like, how much can you make? How much can I grow my account by? And to be profitable, you have to treat this as a business. So Travis just asked me the question as how do I expect to be profitable even if I'm losing, say, if I'm winning 50% of my trades, and that's all to do, like we said, with risk reward ratio. So if you guys will actually look at this diagram here, and what I've got is a nice graph. So on one axis of the graph, it's got my win percentage. Okay, so as you can see, it's got from 20% all the way to 80%. And on the other side of the graph, it's got my risk reward ratio. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got a loss zone and a profit zone. And what that basically means is, if I find myself in the loss zone, that means I'm not going to be making profit. And if I find myself in the profit zone, I am going to be making profit. So, if you look at this chart here, you can see here that if I'm using a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, so what I mean by that is, by every pound I'm risking to lose, I'm expecting to gain a pound. So anytime I place a trade, I'm either going to win a pound or lose a pound. That's based on a £1 trade. And as you can see in this chart, with a 50% win rate, with a 50% win rate and a 1 month risk reward, I'm going to make profit. I'm going to make 50% on my capital after 100 trades. So that's how I ensure that I'm always going to be making profit in the long term. It's all to do with your risk reward ratio, guys. Anytime you enter in the market, you always have to be at least risking an equal amount to what you will be rewarded with. Okay? Here at Rebirth, we will tell our students to always aim for at least a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. This means that you can have even a negative win rate If you placed 100 trades with a risk reward of 1 to 2, you could have a win percentage of over 35% to make money. 35% would break even. So those of you that are...
I got a minute. 35%. Wait, so you're telling me we can set up our trading pattern. Sorry to cut you. They've translated you can set up your trading pattern and have 35% success rate and still make profit from trading.
That 35% will make you break even. So anything over 35%, you're making profit in your capital, and that's over a spread of 100 trades. So there's a lot that goes into that, and that's why trading is a lot more psychological than it is you just knowing the strategy. Because for you to stay in the game for 100 trades, even though you're losing 65% of them, you're going to have a strong mentality and have faith in your plan and your strategy. So yes, 100% correct. If you're using a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, you could win 35% and still break even on your capital. Okay, so this is why we're going to keep stressing it. We'll probably mention risk rewards at least once in every video, because that's how important it is, guys. Just so you know, if you did a 50% win rate grows your account by 50%. Okay, so that means if I've got 100 trades and I started with £1,000 in my account, after 100 trades with a 50% win rate, I can grow that account to 1,500 after 100 trades. So it shows you that trading is not a gamble. If you treat it like a business, you can make guaranteed gains, even if you're just lucky. 50-50 chance, you're still making money. So there you go, guys. Just a little insight into risk reward and how you can really use it to ensure that you will make profits, guaranteed. Alright. So let's talk about your trading pattern this week. I know that you look at a lot of the US and Japan pairs.
I do. I'll be honest with you, I haven't traded the USD yen this week, guys. One had such a successful week in GU and Euro USD last week. My setup Sundays are pretty good in regards to those two pairs, and to be fair, I did focus more on Euro USD this week than all the other pairs. So in hindsight, as I said, I do focus on 4 currency pairs: Euro CAD, GBP USD, Euro USD, and USD JPY. For myself, markets kind of choppy to me this week, Nathan, so it was quite slow. So I literally focused on the EU today. As I said, I've made probably 50% less amount of trades than I did last week. However, I've still made pips this week, guys. So literally looking at this chart here, guys, obviously I'm on the weekly time frame for the Euro USD. I've got my pink trend line coming all the way back from November 2017. And as you can see by the recent price action here, guys, that weekly trend line is respecting utility with the wicks touching and retesting off this weekly trend line here. As you can see, by the end of last week, we did have a bearish candle coming over the actual moving average to the downside. So in hindsight, naturally you may have felt that price may have come towards our monthly resistance here, guys. So literally, I wasn't in any markets on the Monday. I allowed the actual market to play out and see what was actually happening. So I couldn't really see execution on the Monday. And what I actually saw, guys, let's step down to the actual daily time frame now. What I saw on the daily time frame was quite simply, this was Friday, guys. So as you see, you would have saw a heavy Maribozu candlestick, which usually continues on literally more bearish action. So literally, as you can see, however though, guys, we have got a daily key level of resistance where that Maribozu wasn't able to break through that moving average and that daily key resistance towards my monthly time frame. So this is where I had to kind of take a step back and reanalyze what was actually going on within the market, guys. So as you see, on Monday, we did have a bullish lower high. So it actually thought to myself, we're actually moving sideways now, guys. But literally from here, if I step down to the execution time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame, guys, what day was this? I actually found a multiple candle. This multiple candle, as you can see here, guys, literally from obviously textbook, you guys would know what a mother candle indicates and how to execute a mother candle. So literally on the 11th of September, I was waiting for this mother candle to be broken to the upside or to the downside to execute on the trade. So literally guys, on the actual day was it now? So in hindsight to the 12th, which was that Wednesday? No executions actually made for myself until Wednesday guys. So literally what I did was textbook, I waited 5 to 10 pips for a break of this key resistance, ensuring that my stop loss was below a key level of resistance. For me in hindsight, that was the 2 sets of moving over this hill. What we would expect is a breakthrough to the upside, but as you can see, we did retest that same key level where the monthly candle was looking to break out of. Just want to show you one thing quickly guys. I actually took a screenshot before I actually placed the execution on this trade. Let me just find that for you. Literally perfect. So as you can see here guys, let me just zoom in on that for you. So as you can see, we have got that same mother candle here on the, I think it was the Thursday or the Wednesday night. We had that break of that resistance. I was actually expecting a pull back into that drop zone here before shooting up to our weekly, well, our swing target by the Thursday afternoon here guys, with a target of 117.085. So as you can see, I really had myself heavily invested and I kind of had that patience to wait to execute at the right time. So it's actually Wednesday evening guys before I actually started to catch pips this week. So literally, that was my target zone. I had a buy limit, so I was expecting the price to fall. I had a busy week this week guys, so literally I set a buy limit, so when the price triggered at a certain level, my trade will start to the upside. So literally guys, I just wanted to show you what actually happened on this trade. I'm sure if you guys saw it on social media, but as you can see here guys, literally if I just enter that risk reward ratio that Nathan was talking about earlier, it would have looked something like this guys. So as you can see, we had that sort of breakout, we had a pullback down here guys, and then we had that target at the top being, as I said, my stop loss being underneath the nice key area of resistance, and as you can see, to the T, respecting that overall weekly trend line that we saw on the weekly time frame, price action actually touched it to the T on Thursday night before the Friday session, pulling back down. I didn't jump in and not on no reckless vibes. I thought to myself, having that discipline of catching pips. Obviously I've got my pip targets that I also want to respect as well. And literally from there, I literally executed trades and bought a few pips. So it was a slow week for myself, but obviously I had myself heavily invested on EU this afternoon and this week I should say.
So guys, like I said, GU was my chosen pair for me to watch this week, and as you can see from last week, we've made quite a lot of bullish momentum upwards. If we go down to the weekly chart, it really shows us more details of what's happened. Okay, so last week we had this hanging man candle, which signifies bearish momentum. Okay, but as you can see here and here, we've got quite strong support and resistance zones which held price within it last week. This week saw price movement break through resistance, and as you can see, I set up this sell zone here. And if you're wondering how I got this sell zone, what I did, I used my FIB from a significant low to a significant high at the time, which is right here. And as you can see, this zone lines up perfectly with the D1 and D2. So for this bullish advancement to the upside, I knew that it was going to either find resistance here at the 27.2 or here at the minus 61.8. So I had that zone there ready, and today was the day that price actually spiked up to the T, touched the bottom of my sell zone, and was a high alert for me to get into the market with a short. But before you do enter the market, you always have to stack up the confluences. So if I go down to the daily, and I'll share with you guys what actually signified and signaled me to actually enter the market at the time. So my first trade of the week was a bullish trade. As you can see, price broke out of this range. We had 3 attempts, 1, 2, and on the third one we had a confirmed close above that range. Okay, so I'm going to drop down to the execution time frame so you guys can see a much better and clearer picture of that. So if you look here, bear with me. So Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock was the initial break, and we can see a nice little pin bar here, rejecting the range. From there, I entered the market. I managed to catch myself around 50 pips to the upside. Now that brings us forward to today. Like I said, I did have this area here, a sell area. So what I mean by that sell area or sell range is as soon as price approaches, I'm looking for a signal for a reversal, meaning the price is going to go from an uptrend or a bullish retracement back down with the trend towards the downside. So you can see I've got this highlighted area. Like Travis said earlier, inside or mother candle setup is something that we teach on the course, and that's exactly what I found myself. So you can see here, this candle here was a mother candle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to break down to the 2 hour. So this is the 4 hour time chain. I'm going to break down to the 2 hour so you can see actually how the mother candle played out. So as you can see, we've got our initial bullish candle, our second bearish candle, which is within the candle, within the mother candle, which was actually ended up being a shooting star. And the next candle was a huge rejection of my area, which allowed me to enter the market right here. And I didn't enter, we had a big shooting star, followed by another shooting star, followed by a third. And right now we've got 2 spinning tops awaiting next week's open. So guys, what I am expecting, I'm expecting more momentum to the downside, especially as we broke this monthly resistance and retested.
So where's that one now? So what I was just about to ask Nathan is, what's his early indication next week, just from the end of closure today, obviously on Friday session, where obviously we both do the pound against the dollar, in regards to where the price actually is heading for the start of next week. So as Nathan said, for myself also, I am looking for more bearish action towards the start of next week. Yeah. Literally, I'm not sure if you can see it yourself, Nathan, but let me test you actually. So obviously on the daily time frame, Nathan, obviously today's closure, can you please indicate the candle formation that you can see, and perhaps what that obviously gives you confidence towards in regards to a bias?
Well, looking at today's candle, daily candle, is a shooting star candle, and it's also broke below a monthly for me. So that's 2 big indications. Not only that, the shooting star candle is at the end of an uptrend, which makes it even more of a powerful signal of a potential reversal. And me and Travis are both expecting more bearish momentum from there. Okay. Yeah.
Good say. So literally, as Nathan said, you saw the shooting star 1 confluence. You also had a multi-key level. That was also obviously an area of, was it breaking through your multi-key level?
Yes. Yeah. So we've got a confirmed breakthrough monthly for me.
So as we said, every person's individual charts can be a lot different. So if you take a look at my charts now, guys, I actually don't have an area of a multi-key level. One thing I do have, guys, up and coming within the start of next week, guys, I've got a channel trade here. So we're currently in an uptrend, as you can see. However, looking at the little shooting stars happen between 2 and 6 o'clock this evening, and that small little candle here breaking through my MAs on the 4 hour time frame, it does look like I'm seeing a confirmed break to the downside out of an upwards channel trend. So with regards to execution, I'll be looking at certain key levels down at these aspects in regards to where my executions are and my target zone is for next week. So yeah, guys, literally, that is us breaking down. First things first, risk management. As I said, we're going to be speaking about risk management a lot. Obviously, we wanted to emphasise that today because in our actual trading journal this week, it was a choppy week. There wasn't many executions for ourselves personally. Also, just to give you guys that kind of real sort of conversation in regards to trading can be seen as a persona of win-win-win, or you ultimately fail. Literally, there is a lot of strategicness to it in regards to managing your risk, and if you do take L's, they're not serious L's. It's obviously managed. You have to take L's in trading. Whatever anyone says, if they're not taking L's in trading, they're chatting shit. Let's keep it real.
And I'll also add on to that, if they're not taking L's in trading, they're just watching on the spot sidelines, they're being spectators. Any serious trader that's involved in the market at regular intervals, we're talking about at least 2-3 trades a week, and that's being conservative. We know that trading is about risk and managing risk. It's not about whether you're winning or losing.
There you go. Before we leave, we always like to give you a new Instagram poll for you guys to get involved in. We always like to know a bit of feedback, get you engaged in the conversation. So, Nathan, what was the question that you thought about earlier? What do you want to offer these guys in regards to a question for them to answer?
Alright guys, well before we go into this week's question, I want to first just take an opportunity to thank everyone that got involved last week. Last week's question was, have you ever placed a trade before? Have you ever had a chance to enter the market? We had a great response. Also, Travis?
Yeah. So, what the results were?
I'm guessing that probably a lot of people haven't entered the market before with live money.
Okay.
Just being realistic on
Being
it.
realistic. Guys, we couldn't split you apart. 50-50. So we've got traders in the room and we haven't got traders in the room. That's perfect. Because trading is for everyone, for the inexperienced, for the experienced. So yeah, yes, that last week's poll, that's all the numbers. 50% haven't, 50% have. So I thought, wow. Okay.
I think that fits perfect into a lot of the topics we're talking today. Like, as good as you want, there is an element of luck to it. You know what I'm saying? It can be a 50-50 game. So just like you guys, 50-50, straight down the middle. Half of you have placed the trade, and half of you have yet to place the trade yet. But hopefully with our help and with our guidance with these videos, we're going to turn that 50-50 into an 80-20. And so all of you are joining us on this trading journey. So let's fast forward to this week and talk about this week's poll. Okay, so guys, this week's poll is going to be related to risk. Okay, so what we want to know from you guys is, are you someone that embraces risk? Are you someone that likes to take risk? Or are you someone that likes to play it safe and keep your cards close to your chest at all times? So this is not necessarily to do just with trading. This could be in relationships. This could be financially. This could be trying new restaurants that you've never. Likes to step out the box and try something new. Or you someone that likes to, base their decisions off your own experiences, things you know for a fact. We're looking forward to hearing what kind of views we've got in it.
That's most definitely what I'm looking forward to. Interaction from you guys, letting me know how you guys think and how we think, and if we do compare, if we do contrast, that's amazing. So guys, once again, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.